Well, today we're going to look at Weatherby's really nice new range of rifles. It's their 307. Today we've got the Range XP, and this is like a crossover rifle, mainly due to the stock, which is sort of good for stalking and sporting and hunting use, as it is on the rifle range as well. And the 307 range is here to complement their Mark V actions. Although these 307 actions are available in a short action, a long action, in all the popular calibres, and some of the Weatherby magnum calibres as well, which is very, very nice indeed. They're a Remington 700 compatible, so it's a round cylindrical type action. So if you want to, you can actually put all the accessories that a Remmy 700 is compatible with. So you can put a new trigger on if you want, new stock configuration, magazine bottoms, Picatinny rails, you name it. But having shot this, I would leave it exactly how it is. A thumbnail stock may be nice, but other than that, absolutely spot on. It's very, very nice. I mean, looking at the action, it's really nice, smooth, two lug system. You've got a 90-degree bolt lift here with the bolt handle lightened with a small sort of tactical bolt knob here. You also have a spiral fluted bolt, which is very, very nice. It sort of aids a little bit, so it doesn't bind and lock up as well, which is good. And importantly, if I take the bolt out, have a look at the bolt, you've actually got a recessed head there like the Remmy 700, so you've got that three sort of rings of lock up for safety and strength. And you've also got the M16 style extractor claw, so that is really good. Even on stiff reloads, there's no problem at all with this. And if you look at the back of the recoil lugs here, we're getting almost 100% contact, so it shows it really is locking in very, very nicely on here. You can change the trigger if you want to. I would not change the trigger, because what Weatherby have done, they've put a trigger tech in here. I use trigger tech on a lot of my custom rifles. I think they're a really, really good trigger. They're adjustable down to 2.5 pounds in weight, and when we tested this, it was 3 pounds and 10 ounces, which is perfect on a stalking rifle. You don't want it too light, especially when you're crawling about here on hard surfaces, and you may, jar the trigger and it might go off. Also sensibly, and a lot of rifle manufacturers are doing it these days, there's a Magpul AICS compatible magazine or bottom metal, although it's all in polymer, so it won't rust. Ambidextrous release catch here, so really easy, and it's a 5-shot single stack magazine. Unbelievably reliable, lots of space there for reloads on the overall length. Really, really nice system as well. Looking at the barrel, to complement the bolt, you have a spiral fluted barrel as well. I mean, whether you'll actually reduce the weight on it, I don't really know. It does reduce it a little bit, but it's quite a thin profile here on the 307. And the barrel channel here is generous enough that it's free floated, and then even you have a bipod on it, and you'll see in the test, you don't need to get any problems with bounce interfering with the harmonics. Very, very nice. And it's coated with a Cerakote tough finish on it as well, so making the whole 307 range really practical out in the field. The muzzle thread is 1/2 inch UNEF, which caught me out a little bit. Much finer. I've got quite a lot of 1/2 inch UNFs, but no problem. And this is in 308 caliber. And we also fitted this, I must just say quickly, this Wildcat Sound Moderator Elite moderator. And this is a blend of titanium and stainless steel, and you'll see it is fantastically quiet. Really, really good muzzle can. And we'll look more into this in a future video. Anyway, go back to the rifle. So it's a 308. It's a 22 inch length, but you do get a muzzle brake as well with it as standard. But I don't use a muzzle brake. We use sound moderators here in Britain. Overall weight is 7.3 pounds. Wait, 3.1. That's right, 7.3 pounds, which is nice. And overall length is 41.5 inches. If you then look to the stock, this is the Range XP, and as we said, it's the sort of semi-tactical stock, quite flat-sided, but it's got a really nice vertical pistol grip, and it's quite narrow. I actually like a sort of a more hand-filling, but this feels really nice. You can actually get your fingers right around it and grip it very, very nicely indeed. And you have raised panels here. It's not checkered, it's just stippled, but it does give it extra grip. There's no palm swell, but it's slightly little bit more swollen at the bottom, but it feels very, very nice to use actually, I've got to be honest with you. It's got a green polymer texture, still light and very, very rugged. Also, Weatherby have put on these models, all the Range XP model, an adjustable cheekpiece here. And this has a 3 positions. It's not a quick adjustable, it's 3 positions only. Unscrew the screws to either side of the stock, raise it to the height you want, and then screw it back in. Works absolutely perfectly. Most of my rifles don't have adjustable cheekpieces. It's there if you want it. And in this setup here, it actually worked out quite nicely like that. So there you are. I mean, that's basically the review we're going to do on the Weatherby 307. We're going to take it, we'll do some factory loads with it now, but mainly I want to take it out and show you. We're going to go out row stalk and do a row stalk with it and actually see how it performs out in the field. Okay, so we're set up at 100 yards now, and we're going to test the new Weatherby 307 Range XP. I've got a range of factory ammunition, and we'll just do a sort of short little test here just to show how it functions in a few groups, because the main essence of this, we're going to go out and take it row stalking as we should do in real life. Anyway, first up, a Federal. They're 150 grain standard soft points, and we'll see how they shoot at 100 yards on the target. That's 2771. Very nice to hold. It's quite thin on top here, and this vertical grip is a really nice steady hold. Uh, 2781. It's very hot today. Got a bit of heat mirage as well, and but that's not bad. Uh, 2784. It's very, very good. Okay, and let me have a look. Yeah, about a minute of angle, and it's guaranteed to shoot less than a minute angle. So let's crack on with the next load. Yeah, next up, we're going to use one of my favourites is the Gecko Express. It's a 165 grain bullet. I actually found a box got run out on a previous couple of rifles, and so this is so easy to operate with this ambidextrous mag release on the Magpul AICS compatible magazine system. Straight in like that, no problem at all. And saying that Trigger Tech trigger is just absolutely sublime. I use them on my own custom rifles and I really like them. Anyway, here we are, target number 2. .2608. .2614. Oh yeah, almost touching. Come on. .2635. Do I have a look? Oh, it's like half-inch group. That absolutely fantastic. Okay, let's crack on with some more. Okay, let's look at a bit lighter bullet, and they're the Seiko game heads, and they're the 123 grain, and I like those in free weight because they're good for all species deer that we encounter out in the field. Interested to see what the velocity is from this Weatherby 307. Actually helps you turn the chronograph on. There you go. Right, let's try again. Try to use your error. .2974, so that's good and healthy. Oh, going for another nice group, which is good. And I hope you can appreciate that Elite sound moderator as well, from Wildcat sound moderator is incredibly quiet. It's very, very good indeed. And that is 2957, nice and consistent, and below a minute of angle group again, fantastic. Well, this is an interesting load. That's Hornaday's custom light. It's a 125 grain bullet, and it's quite low on the velocity and the power, so it's really only legal here in Britain for small species deer or roe in Scotland. So we'll, if it meets the velocity in Scotland, we'll have a check. Let's have a look. .2478, that's good. No recoil, as you imagine on that too. 2451. Nice group. And 2561. Oh, no, lovely little group. That's almost key. That's, yeah, probably 3/4 inch group. Excellent, fantastic. Let's crack on. Okay, to finish off, we're going to do a couple of lead-free, and they're going to be the Seiko powerhead blade. It's 162 grain, so good for large species deer. And then we'll go on to one of my favourites, the Hornsey International 125 AICSs. So we'll see how the powerhead blades shoot. Again, these normally shoot well. I mean, this 307 is shooting really accurately. I tell you, it's very comfortable to shoot. I know we're off the bench here, but it's really nice. Nice lightweight rifle, really smooth bolt on here as well. So let's crack on and see what the velocities on these are. And the wind's not too bad, which is very nice. And this Trigger Tech trigger is breaking again. So I say it's so clean. .2607. Come on. And that raised cheekpiece here is actually doing its job. It's oh my god, that's going through the same hole. Come on. That's 2620. Stop waffling pots and just concentrate. 2608. Do I look? Just one big hole. One big hole. I mean, fantastic. Those powerhead blades, they do really shoot. Very nice indeed. So that's, you know, if you want to go reds in Scotland or fallow or seeker stags, nice load to have that one. Okay, then finally we're going to use the Hornaday International AICSs, 125 grain, lovely flat point or met plat on the top. I've shot quite a lot of row of these now, as well as red in Scotland, and they really do expand. I like the lighter, you know, lead-free don't always expand very well, or they tend to penetrate some of our small species deer, but these really work well. Let's hope they shoot well, like those Seiko blade. So here we go. Oh, 3,112. Blooming hell. That's going fast. And again, so quiet on that elite moderator. I don't get it. It's really nice, and that mod really dampens the recoil as well. .3080. Got a bit of heat haze now. And that's 3076. On about each group, so that's brilliant. So that conducts the factory. What I'm going to do is select the best load. I'm going to set up a row metal steel target for roe deer, and then I'll zero it at 100 and then 200 yards. Right, well, we sighted in the Weatherby 307, and we now come out on a roebuck stalk this evening. And we've got to be a little bit quiet because a really nice buck has been showing itself on the edge of this crop, and be a real good test, so to say, for the old 307. So wish me luck. Well, I've I've not seen anything out on the crop. So I think what we'll do is there's a little spinny down here. And I think he's actually bedded down in there and he'll be coming out a little bit later. So we're going to head on there and have a little walk, slow stalk down there and see if we can see him. Right, we've just come to the edge of this small spinney and a rhodo has just come across the ride and she's probably got young in this long grass field here, so we're going to go very quietly and see if the buck is the other side or bedded down in the spinney. Very quiet. Right, just coming down the edge of this spinney. It's good to actually keep down low so you can actually see underneath the tree cover or the leaf cover there. Look there, look. There's a deer rack through here, we'll have a look. Yeah, it might be out on the field the other side. Okay. Well, there you go, we're on the right track. Look, there's a nice fresh fray there in this little spinney. So that's a roebuck and he's really close. There's a field of new crop about 50 yards away, so I'm going to creep on through and see if we can actually see something else, because I think he's feeding out on the field there. I saw a bit of movement, I'm going to set the sticks up. Really nice buck, about 70 yards away. He's behind the bush. I don't know if you can see it, he's just behind the bush there. I'm going to have to go a little bit this way. This is where it gets really tricky. His head's up, he's looking. Don't get eye contact. It's down again. Just a bit more. Safety off. Yeah, it's about 75 yards, got a clear shot. Straight down, fantastic. That's a really nice buck. I put safety on. I'm a bit hot, it's quite hot. Yeah, that's really good. Let's go and have a look and see how we did. I went for a hot shot, so hopefully the old Weatherby 307 has done the business. Oh wow, that looks like a really nice trophy. Look, it's got a really unusual damage to his antler on his left-hand side there. Oh yeah, fantastic. That's just a typical, really good quality Surrey roebuck, that is. Look at that. Oh, well, I'm really well pleased. I mean, that was the Weatherby 307 Range XP. We had Hornaday AICS, and they're those 125 grain. I really love them. They're a lead-free bullet. and they just zeroed at 100 yards, less than a minute of angle, and it's guaranteed for that, and it held true. And look, we've got harvested this absolutely lovely buck, and if you look on this left hand side here, he's had some damage. Look, in velvet, it's split it. You've got like the bifurcation here on the shaft and a little kicker coming out the front. And I've been stalking roe for only 40 years now, and I actually like these type of odd heads here. Plus, he had a bit of a limp actually. He was really difficult to see. I don't know if you got it on camera, but he was along here. He came out and he's walking up here feeding, and then he turned. I don't know if you heard us or not. Aimed for the heart, and he went straight down. So the rifle and the ammo worked really, really well, and I was just really pleased. It's a fantastic conclusion to another evening here down in Surrey.